So the Top Gun update releases in about a week from now. Everyone's hyping this up as if it's going to be the magical return to jet combat and, oh, jets are finally getting the attention they deserve. And yes, to some extent they are getting the attention they deserve. However, I think people are just hyping this up way too much. And in this video, I'm going to explain why you should be skeptical of this update. So my first point is, look at how they've treated the vehicles up until this point. Every season they have a bug that affects the air vehicles. Every bloody season. That's not a joke, okay? May I remind you, we had to put up with this bullshit painting IFV missile bug for an entire month or two.
Helicopter. Helicopter. And another one.
And at the time it took for them to disable this, I could have genuinely gone out and gotten a full 4-year degree in that time. And then if anything affects infantry, it will get smited out of existence before anybody can even experience it. Take the new guns for example, the EF-88 and the Brod 3. Apparently these guns had some bug with a certain attachment, the match trigger, and apparently that basically gave the gun no recoil. I couldn't test this out. They had it disabled before I could even wake up to test it out. So we know they can disable things, they just choose not to. And then just on the topic of this, flaring in this game and just flares in general, oh my god, the most unreliable thing in Battlefield history. Look, in previous Battlefield games, I could count on one hand how many times a missile had gone through flares in a situation where I genuinely think that was bullshit. On this game, it's every match. Every match, without a doubt, a missile will go through flares. It's not even just the Igla, it's anything at this point. Oh, he fucking rammed us, man.
No,
it went through flares. It went through flares. That's just bullshit. And it one-hit us as well. Like, what the fuck is this game, man? It went through flares anyway. It went through flares anyway. I can't believe it. It went through miles after I flared. There's a tank on A. Bradley pushing C. I got one hit by an Igla. Wow. That was one hit. Have they disabled the Igla yet? Nope. And it's been bugged since the launch of Season 3. I don't know why they even changed it in the first place, but yeah, it's been bugged since the launch of Season 3. For those of you who don't know, the bug is so simple. You just use the Igla as if it was a Stinger. That's it. You lock on and you fire and you reload the Igla as soon as possible. You do it when there's a pilot ideally heading towards you rather than away from you. And when you reload the Igla, the missile will continue to track for like a good 3 seconds. And in those 3 seconds, that's when it has the highest chance of going through flares. Now moving on to my next point. Air radar. Now you might be saying, hang on a second, I thought they fixed air radar. Well, they haven't. It is a poor excuse of a radar in a Battlefield game, and if you go back to any one of the previous entries to this game, even Battlefield 2042, all of those games, even on launch, had a better radar than this game does now, 9-10 months into its lifespan. Now there's 3 main reasons as to why this radar is just a joke. Reason number 1 is simple. The range on it is still not good enough. 1,000 meters isn't good enough for some of these maps, and especially with this glass cannon mentality they have, where if anybody just even casually sneaks up behind you, they could be the worst pilot in the game, they will still have a fair chance at killing you just in that one moment, and you won't have any chance to react, to initiate a dogfight, or do anything, any demonstration of skill. Basically anything to do with skill you can't do in this game. So the range needs to go up if they're going to continue with this mentality, or they just need to adjust the time to kill so that you can actually have a dogfight. And then reason number 2, it's bugged. It's bugged. I can't believe I'm saying this. Minimap technology is just it's just lost to time apparently. On certain maps, especially Liberation Peak, to summarize it simply, at certain altitudes, it just fails. It just completely stops functioning at certain altitudes. Once you go past a certain point on a map, and it depends on every map that's the part that pisses me off the most. The threshold is different for different maps. You will become invisible to anybody below you. And the problem here is, in dogfighting, again, this is just another reason that builds upon the fact that dogfighting in Battlefield 6 public matches is just dead. Because you can't have a dogfight now. Because you go up to the skybox and all of a sudden the radar stops working, and now you're back to the launch days again where you're just guessing where the enemy is. And eventually one of you breaks off, but then as soon as they break off and go below that threshold, they are now on radar again, and the guy above the threshold has the advantage, because they know where you are and you don't know where they are. Now, this bug has been well documented by the Battlefield 6 dogfighting community. I will leave a link to an EA Forums bug report. Upvote it please, but I highly doubt anything's going to come from this. The entire fucking player base could upvote this and EA still won't do anything about it. And then the final thing, you'll have already noticed this, but just look at the bottom left. Look at the detail there is here. Do you see any terrain? Do you see anything? Because I don't. And you know the funny part is, there is another bug in the game that actually gives you this detail. I don't know how you trigger it. I've been trying to figure out how it's caused. I just find it so bizarre that they accidentally make something good instead of actually trying to. Bro, that's all my... What the fuck? The radar works. What the hell? Why does the radar work now? I have never seen this before. Why is it working now? Now, on to my next point. What about the old jets? Now, we've already kind of had it confirmed that jet loadouts are coming this season. However, that's only for the new jets. As for the old jets, they are just being left behind, apparently. It's just a complete joke, this. And then there's so many more questions after that, like, are the 2 new jets just going to be playable on Wake Island and Suru Reef, or just Wake Island? Because if yes, then like that's just going to get really boring really quickly. And then what about the old maps? Like, are they just going to chuck them in there on top of that? Because 3 jets on each team sounds like insane, especially on certain maps like Liberation Peak. Oh my god, you are going to have literally no breathing room on that map now. It's barely got enough space for 2 jets on each team, let alone 3. So are they replacing the old jets? Are the old jets just bye-bye, gone, let's forget they ever happened? Because, I mean, I'm not against that. I would totally love a whole revamp of the entire aircraft system in this game, but I know they're not doing that. They're kind of going half-assed with this approach. So what's the game plan here? What are they doing? And then finally, it all comes down to the fundamentals of this game. This game's vehicle balance is fundamentally flawed, and that is something that can only be fixed with a full rework. Because right now, DICE's mentality is let's suppress all form of skill. Skill is not allowed. They want to keep any skilled player out as long as possible. And they do this by making your survival in this game as chance-based as possible. In this game, surviving a full Battlefield match is just luck. That is literally it. It doesn't matter how good you are, dying is inevitable unless you get lucky. Because of how bullshit this game is and the mechanics in it are. And then we have the glass cannon vehicle approach to every vehicle in this game really, but especially the jets. The time to kill, it doesn't matter how much they tune this, it will always be too fast. Just play any other previous Battlefield game and you'll figure it out, like, oh my god, everything just feels so much slower in those games, time to kill wise. In this game, lightning fast, you never get a chance to have a dogfight, and that's what's ruining this game at the moment. You can play around it, and yes, people will always evolve, but my point here is, you aren't screwing over the pro pilots when you nerf things like this. You aren't screwing over the pro pilots, you are only screwing over the casual player. The pro pilots will adapt, they will always adapt, they will always push the limits, they will always break kill records. They will always play around the bullshit you throw at them. The casual player, he can't be bothered putting up with this bullshit, he's just gonna quit. And most have. Most have just gone back to previous Battlefield games if they want to fly, and I don't blame them. Now, that's gonna be it. Like, I want to say this now, I want to be optimistic. I really do. But I just can't. I can't be optimistic with the way vehicles have been treated in the past, and I can't be optimistic because this is a collaboration. This is a collaboration. The only interest they have here is making money. That's it. Had they not got a Top Gun collaboration for this season, would they have done 2 jets? That's all I'm going to say. Would they have realistically bothered? Because I don't think so. So I'll challenge you, DICE. If you prove me wrong, I will learn how to fly on a steering wheel. That's my promise. I'm not joking when I say that. I will plug in a steering wheel, and if your game supports the input, then I will learn how to fly jets on a steering wheel. My conditions are simple. Fix the Igla, address it at the very least, just address everything I've said. You're gonna fix the radar, you're gonna fix the Igla, you're gonna fix the jet TTK, address it all, and I will learn how to fly jets on a steering wheel, no matter how long it takes.